Nominees for vacant MMDCE positions across the country.
We are here to return monies he presented to us, the concerned assembly members, as gifts to lure us to vote for him since we did not fulfill his will. This is the amount, full amount.
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
And Top Stories are always brought to you by Vodafone. Together we can. Now, many assembly members tasked with the mandate to either reject or approve President Akufo-Addo's nominees for vacant MMDC positions are tonight agitating over how the confirmation process has allegedly been compromised. It has been a tussle in a high-stakes process to confirm the nominees in many parts of the country. Reports are now emerging across the country of a process hugely influenced by money and hardline tactics to compel a yes vote. Let's start tonight from the Cape Coast municipality, where assembly members have been addressing a news conference after they had rejected the president's nominee. Now listen to the spokesman for the Cape Coast assembly members.
It was resolved by all honorable members to vote for whoever the president nominates. However, we have repeatedly rejected Honorable Ernest Atta, president nominee, on 2 occasions. This is as a result of guiding against future violence and insecurity of the people of Cape Coast, as well as 2024 general elections. Again, we took this firm stand on the background that the gentleman in question bizarre attitude towards elders and people of Cape Coast, as well as the technocrats who is working with. He executed projects without recourse to the assembly. We are also worried and sympathize with our colleague who he revoked his appointment yesterday at the assembly during our voting without any explanation to the assembly members. Finally, and more importantly, we are here to return monies he presented to us, the concerned assembly members, as gifts to lure us to vote for him since we did not fulfill his will. This is the amount, full amount. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Well, my colleague Kojo Nyako was at this press conference for us and joins us on the telephone line right now. Kojo, did they disclose how much exactly they were returning?
Well, Evans, they did not disclose the amount of money that was in the brown envelope they presented, but there were speculations, and that is what has forced them to return the money. That if you go to the assembly, even though it is not along partisan basis, they have NDC assembly members, they have MPP assemblies, and so the speculations pointed to the fact that the NDC assembly members were given 3,000 Ghana cedis and the MPP assembly members were given 2,000 Ghana cedis. So if you put them together, you might know exactly the amount of money they are returning.
Okay, and I'm curious. He says this was a gift, and it is obvious they took it, accepted it, and kept it for a while. If it is a gift, why are they returning it and linking it to the confirmation process?
So, Evan, that is the intriguing aspect, that they kept the money, and these monies were the ones that were given them during the first voting process. That was about a week ago, and so they have kept it for more than a week. They are linking it to the confirmation because people are saying that they have taken the monies from the nominee and they have failed on 2 occasions to actually vote for him, and so that is why they are returning the money and linking it to the confirmation process.
Now, there are more speculations. Our image is being tarnished by the general public and Ogwa Traditional Council. Every person is pointing fingers to each and every assembly member that we have taken money. And this is the envelope, and we are making sure to deliver the full amount to Ernest Atta, Honorable, the President's nominee, that we don't need the money, we are protecting our integrity, and we stand firm that the progress of Ogwa is at stake, and that is what we are fighting for. This was given to us as a gift. We did not ask for any money. Neither do we hide in any vacuum for any explanation that this money should be done or specific direction. He gave us as a gift, and gift is a gift. But we, the concerned assembly members, we are here to give it back to him. Then people of Cape Coast should stop accusing fingers, and we are here to protect our integrity, as I said earlier. Thank you.
Why this time?
The timing is good because we want our fellow assembly members to follow suit that monies given before voting is not a good ethical behavior. We are setting a precedent that we, the concerned assembly members in Cape Coast, we are rejecting these gifts, not in the stand of buying our conscience, but we vote willingly that we represent Ogwa, and Ogwa has spoken, and that is it.
Well, Kojo, there was an NDC connection that also came up at this particular briefing that allegedly involved some dollars.
Well, sir, as I have indicated to you, I mean, there are caucuses within the assembly. So there is an NDC caucus, and it was reported that the MP for Cape Coast South, George Hagan, prior to the voting process, met the assembly members, those that belong to the NDC caucus, and allegedly gave them $100 each. And so that is what people are saying, and they are describing as a losing bonus. And so that is why they feel that that money influenced gravely the assembly members that belong to the or that have some affiliation to the NDC to vote against the president's nominee.
That's Honorable Kweku Reketegan have given us $100 each and more. We, the concerned assembly members, we are here to debunk that statement that he has never given us any money to push out or to energize us to vote against Ernest Atta. And that statement and that speculation is very worrisome. And we are here to protect our integrity. That Honorable Kweku Reket has never given us $100 or more to vote against Ernest Atta. We voted on our own merits. We voted on individually, consciously, without any pressure, fear, or favor.
I see. I mean, Kojo, you're still with me. So the president's nominee for Cape Coast, the Cape Coast, Metropolitan Assembly, is Ernest Atta. He has been rejected twice. He just has one more, process to see through, and that will be the end of the road for him. Did these assembly members indicate what might happen the next time the voting is called, and when is that?
So the next voting period will be Monday. As you indicated, he failed to secure two tests in the two previous occasions. The number of the assembly members in the Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly are 65. The first one, the vote they had, he had 34 out of the 65, and he was supposed to secure 44. That would have met the test. The second one, he went a notch higher, and he secured 40, and then he was 4 votes shy of getting to the ultimate, but he failed to do that. The last month, it was announced by the presiding member that the president, that was around 11 p.m., that the president had renominated him. So the renomination means that come Monday, they are expected to meet again to cast their ballot.
On Monday, we are waiting for peaceful elections. We are calling on the media to come in numbers. What we are seeking for is the security people, their comportments, and we love them so much. Last night, they performed their duty fairly. We recommend them that on Monday, they do a search and they give way for us to see the counting process. We want to see transparency. We want to see that our mandates as concerned assembly members, our votes is being counted fairly. We don't want any cheating. Neither do we have any pressure from any other quarters. They should leave us that the assembly members, we should vote. The room should be in a good atmosphere, and we don't want any unnecessary pressure.
Well, Kojo, let's turn our attention to the Assin South District, where some assembly members have been invoking curses on a newly confirmed DC there for Assin South, Felicia Emisa in Trakwa, the Ghana Police Service, and EC officials. I heard that the mention of Antoine Yama. Kojo, so we understand they slaughtered sheep, used eggs and bottles of schnapps to invoke the curses. Why?
Well, so they said that they were resorting to all manner of avenues in order for their grievances to be heard. And so first, it was a spiritual dimension they brought to the matter by slaughtering a sheep. And then they also had a crate of eggs that they also cracked. And then they also poured libation invoking the deity. So they also relied on some river gods in the area. And you heard there, Antoine Nyama, because their main concern is that they had also rejected Madam Felicia Emisa Trakwa once because she also failed to read them or get the two-thirds of the votes they had. And so they slated today. When they said they went there to the venue, they were not there. And so they were hinted that it was rather taking place in a different venue, in a different town, Asenka. So they went there only to be met with some police presence, and the police prevented them from getting access to the voting area. And so in all, there are 36. So the 36 people, 15 of them, these are elected assembly members. They said that they did not allow them the opportunity to exercise their vote. And so that is why they were invoking the cases on them. So they went ahead, and now Madam Felicia Ntrakwa got 21 votes out of the 21 votes. So she secured 100%. And that means that she is now the DC for that particular area. But it is not ending there. They say they are resorting to other legal means to get their grievances heard.
Okay, and so the suggestion is that they may be heading to the courts.
Exactly.
Kojo, thank you very much. So that's a story in the central region. Well, let's come to the Greater Accra region now, and because here the assembly members of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, the AMA, have been promised, quote, winning bonuses. You heard the term losing bonuses in the central region. Well, in Accra, the term winning bonus has emerged after the AMA Assembly members elected Elizabeth Saki to become the first female mayor of Accra. My colleague Manuel Cranting witnessed the entire process and joins me in the studio. So give us a sense of how this term winning bonus got thrown into assembly elections.
So right from the get-go, okay, as the assembly members walked into the city hall for the confirmation process to begin, they were visibly jubilant. Now, there were two obvious sides. One side clad in all white and the other side clad in camel green. Now, I would learn quite later when the current Member of Parliament for Ododo Diodo, Nilanti Vanderpoy, takes the stand to address the assembly members. I will learn that the folks who were clad in camel green were, if you like, from the unsaid NDC side in the House. And so, they were also very, very happy as they walked into the auditorium. And so it seemed as though it was a done deal. And indeed it was, because at the end of the entire voting process, Madam Elizabeth Saki had pulled all 30 votes out of the total number of assembly members.
30 out of 30.
30 out of 30, and it was 100% confirmation. Now, right after that, as the senior members there were giving their addresses, the Director of Operations at the Presidency, the Honorable Lord Comey, addressed the Assembly members, and he said that, well, for doing that, their winning bonus is on the way.
Especially to the Honorable Assembly members. Nye wogbasaneko alojo na guy. Wogbeku na yejeme. Nye winning bonus e ba chanu no. Ni efiake ni intaheni intane kanye ba kwe nke regional minister ke foreign minister wo momo ni biwa noko efe wo fo noko ni heche noko ni jilawa. I am happy and proud that the youngest ever mayor is prepared to continue to provide that support to support you. And our wonderful members of parliament have shown that indeed they mean what they say. And they are always ready to support us. As for our regional minister, no go kurukurani. Nyechwa ni wa nyale nyale. Yeshua ke wase kuwe ebagbe sani lebenche. Wokaba to be kukuru. No shida ni ho jinye no min domo president na jia. Nye sani ma fa keje abri ni ma sheshi because ejegbe fami again Kenya wakpe ni efeko ifulu ma na shede akenye wo hie nyam nye wo Ghana fe hie nyam boni wo heshi kano ni wo chone e cha no keje gbene koni pa fe pa ni wo bla e ba shi wo hie twa no manya ba.
So that's the Director of Operations at the presidency there. So what is it exactly that he was saying there?
So you heard him saying, Gal, that we started the conversation with you yesterday and we are not done, and referring to the assembly members. What's next is that your winning bonus is on the way. The president himself sent me. I came all the way from Ibri to come and make sure that this happens. And that has not been in vain. I'll carry the message to the president, and then you'll hear from him. And so that's exactly what he said in Ga, in addition to what he said in English.
I wonder, how did the assembly members react?
And as you heard in that clip, right after he said that their winning bonuses were on the way, they all began to cheer. And so they all began chanting, yeah. And so after that, I tried to get confirmation from them. And he said, well, yes, he said you give us winning bonus. We are expecting it. If he brings it, we don't know what form it will take anyways. But if he brings it, we'll accept it.
Because your winning bonus is coming.
That's what we were told. You all heard it. But we didn't know whether. I just asked of the one who promised. But maybe he'll be meeting us. But as we speak now, we've not seen anything yet. But he said winning bonus will come. For that, we all heard, we all witnessed it, that winning bonus is coming. But it has not come. Once it has not come, I will not say it's coming or not.
I'll quote him. He says that Agbekuna, winning bonus fatai, which means that something has already gone ahead and then he's going to
That's in future. He spoke that it will come, not today. It hasn't come, it will come. So as whether it will come or not, it's only the person who knows. And
Are
God.
you expecting it?
Yes, I'm expecting it.
What do you expect that they give to you?
Whatever comes out, we accept. Whatever. When you talk about bonus could be anything. Bonus could be anything, whether financial bonus, whatever. We are ready for whatever, because willingly he wants to give us winning bonus, but we don't know what the bonus will be.
This one they say it in Gabayini. Okay, so but there's some good news there because we got the first female mayor for Accra in the person of Elizabeth Saki. She got the 100% of the votes. She's been speaking.
Yes, indeed. In fact, she joins, if you like, departs from the tall list of male former mayors of Accra. Talks of Niaji Blank Singh, talk of Alfred Okuvandapoy, talks of E.T. Mensah himself. And all of these people were there. Well, she says that it's time to chart a new path for Accra to become a model city for West Africa.
Their exceptional leadership over the years is what has been propelling the city to become a model city in the sub-region and even globally. I will not hesitate to tap into their rich experiences, and my doors are always open for advice from them. This city is endowed with numerous human and material resources that could be harnessed for the benefit of our people. There is a lot of work to be done. Therefore, this is a clarion call for I will be working with. I will need your unflinching support. Uneasy, they say, is the head that wears the crown, but with a strong neck to support the head, the crown will be very light, and we shall smile at any storm. My vision is to build a new Accra, a model city whose inhabitants have a shared responsibility in making it modern. Therefore, I will require the support of everybody here for this to be a reality.
And Manuel, there was something very unique that happened today at the confirmation of the mayor for Accra, which is that all the parties were represented, and they came there in support of her. It appears. I mean, you can confirm this for me. We had very, notable individuals in the NDC, key personalities who were at the scene together with the MPP side, all supporting her.
Indeed, and within the Accra Metropolitan Assembly's landmass, there are 3 constituencies, with 2 of them being occupied by NDC MPs, Nilante van der Poy in Ododo Diodo, and then of course, Alfred Oko van der Poy,
who himself was
a former mayor of Accra at Ablekuma South. And so all of these people came there. And we saw high-ranking members of the New Patriotic Party.
Let me ask: did they come to sort of galvanize the NDC section, so-called NDC section of the assembly members, or they came to support? What was it? What was your reading of it?
In fact, the regional minister, Henry Korte, made a statement to give an indication that there had been prior conversations that had gone ahead of this confirmation that we saw today. And so, and he had gotten the support of the NDC side.
Okay.
He in fact mentions the NDC leadership of the Greater Accra region, the party's hierarchy in the region. He says they've been really supportive to this particular cause.
You mentioned that also E.T. Mensah was there?
Indeed, E.T. Mensah was there, Nilante van der Poy was there, you had Alfred Oko van der Poy himself also there. And of course, the former mayors of Accra, we saw Nia G. Blankson also there. But Alfred Oko van der Poy made quite an instructive statement. He says that from their side, as NDC MPs within the AMA, they are going to support Madam Elizabeth Saki until she is successful.
My brothers and sisters, I stand here to say that I declare my support for our Metropolitan Chief Executive. And on behalf of the people of Ablekuma South, I will work with her to see Accra move in the right direction. I want to take this opportunity to thank the regional minister for the leadership that he has shown in the region. I call on my sister to cooperate with the regional minister, to cooperate with all of us. Together we should build Accra in the right direction. It is my prayer that the good Lord will bless all of us, from our chiefs to all represented here today, that the good Lord will bless us. So together we will build an Accra that we will all appreciate.
So that's the NDC MP for, and of course a former mayor for Greater Accra himself, there representing the NDC and a strong contingent of the NDC supporting, of course, the president's nominee for mayor. We've been talking a lot on Top Story today about the reported inducements of assembly members. Let's go to the Western region now, because the controversy has erupted in that part of the Western region, to be very specific, in Shama, the Shama Assembly, where the president's nominee has already been rejected once already. Some of the assembly members have taken to radio stations now to talk about how the process became compromised and why they decided not to follow with instructions they've received.
And that they took money They took money. And after taking all this money, they voted against. I am telling you, they took 2,500 each. They took 2,500 each. I mean, Mr. The Mindy DCB and this gather. Listen, damn, imagine DCB in this gather. Why should this happen? Why should this happen? Now, actually, the miscarriage so and then now the battle has started. I feel the Yashasa, nobody's going to beg anybody. We are not going to beg them. If they like, they should come and vote. If they don't like, they should sit somewhere.
And all the assembly members in Obiaji 2,500 cities, including appointees.
I am telling you.
And that's assembly members will want him.
25.
Obiaji 2,500 cities.
25, 25, they exclude me and then they exclude the two Nanano.
So that's the situation also in Shama. That second election is due later, but in Lembele, still in the Western region, the president's nominee was rejected in the first round of voting. The minister, who was also on the ground there, galvanized. In the second round of voting, somehow the assembly members who had rejected him then voted for him, and so he's now being confirmed. There's more on this on Newsnight. We are following the various confirmation processes happening across the country with very intriguing reports still emerging. Stay with us. Newsnight in 2 minutes.
55, 78, 58, 70. Hey, Charlie. My network is really killing me. I have to pay my uncle's workers via mobile money, but the charges alone, it's about 380 cedis.
Charges alone just to send money? That's $10 of cement.